and lay an egg. So I'm not buying. Give me at least 5 games, and then I'll tell you if I believe the hype or not. But other than that, I don't believe the hype from Tampa Bay yet. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I am not feeling the flavor. Just give me a couple of games. Just give me a couple of games, and I'll go from there. Oakland. Oakland. Oakland was this close for beating. Oakland was this close for beating the Rams last week. And the same thing happened this week against their hated rival, the Denver Broncos. And you paid John Gruden came back. He haven't coached in over 10 years. It's going to take some time. This is not the first, and I was thinking about it. This is not the first time the Raiders have done this, ladies and gentlemen. They bring back a coach who led them to the playoff in Art Shell, and how'd that work out? Remember Art Shell? That didn't work out too well. So, and this is a franchise. You know, these days the Raiders just find ways to lose. And their offenses, they have talent on offense. They still Amari Cooper, Devin Cook. They have Jordy Nelson. They have these offensive weapons. And Derek Carr is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league. They don't, to me, they have to, something got to happen. Something got to happen, really. You know, but this is the year I don't think the Raiders are going to make any noise anytime soon. I think you got to give it like a couple of years. You really do. You can't expect John Gruden to come. Remember, John Gruden has been in the broadcast for almost 16 years. He haven't coached since 2007. He haven't coached since 2007. So you got to give him time to get his feet wet. You know, he's not going to come anytime soon. It really is not. So we got to calm down. We got to slow down and calm down for a second. We really have. You know. But I don't expect the Raiders to make any. Not as I've seen the past 2 weeks, and I know I picked the Raiders to at least to win 8 games, but I don't see that happening now. First of all, training Khalil Mack what turned out to be the worst moves, one of the worst moves, and for a franchise who is legendary, the Raiders have made some dumb decisions in their history. They really have. They really have. And trading Khalil Mack was one of them. Because a type of player like Khalil Mack, you gotta make sure you keep him. You gotta do anything in your power to keep him. You just don't trade him because a coach have his alter ego. Who have coached a damn game since 2007, and now he gonna come and try to shake up the team. And look where this Raiders team now, 0-2. Probably will be in last place, probably. And speaking of the Bears, I don't know. Khalil Mack might be. I'm gonna tell you this. Khalil Mack might be the best linebacker I've seen in a long time. the best defensive player, and I think he's better. Y'all gave him the hype with J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt is nowhere near the player Khalil Mack is. Nowhere. And this is exactly what the Bears need. And the Bears look like a better team now. The only thing is, and the Bears is always known as and I'm talking about for history, not right now. The Bears is always known for a defensive unit. And look what they have now. Brian Urlacher, Mike Singletary. Speaking of Mike Singletary, that's what Khalil Mack remind me of when I watch him at home as a Bear. Mike Singletary. And those of you who watch football in the 80s, y'all know who Mike Singletary is. I don't have to tell y'all. But and the Seahawks. The reign of Seattle is probably over. It's probably been over for a long time. Probably. Because I don't see Seattle making any noise either. And after that Super Bowl in Arizona against New England, that's when everything went downhill from there. Marshawn Lynch is gone. They traded Richard Sherman. Cam Chancellor is away from the NFL. Jimmy Graham went to the Green Bay Packers. And many other. And Bennett went to the Philadelphia Eagles. They don't have the weapons that made this format, the Seattle Legion of Boom. And this is not the same defense we've seen. This is not the same defense that won that Super Bowl. I don't know what to tell you, man. I really don't. And Seattle reign is over. So that's the story that's what's happening in the NFL. As far as baseball, let's talk about baseball for a second. First with the New York teams, and we are 2 weeks away from the end of the regular season, as the playoffs will kick in like I said, in 2 weeks. Kick in 2 weeks, and I gotta be honest. This Yankees team. They don't want for a team who win 90 wins. For a 90-win team, they are really unwatchable. Really are. There's nothing appealing to this Yankees outside of Aaron Judge. If you don't see Aaron Judge, if you don't see Aaron Judge, this team is really hard to watch. Really are. I don't know what it is. But they don't. There's no appeal to me as far as watching this Yankees team. Well, last year the Yankees team was unlikable until they got Giancarlo Stanton. And speaking of Giancarlo Stanton has not had a good September. Struck out 200 times. And we knew this coming to the season that Giancarlo Stanton is going to strike out a lot. We all aware of that. And he had his moments when he hit the ball down. He hits the ball farther and farther and farther. But we haven't seen anything that's nowhere close. Nowhere. Same thing with Aaron Judge. Even though Aaron Judge is more disciplined on the more disciplined on the plate. Even though he came back and going to face the Red Sox tonight for a 3-game set, and the game means absolutely nothing, because even though the Yankees swept the Red Sox, The Yankees already going to the Red Sox are going to clinch the division. The Red Sox are already had 100 wins. They already clinched a playoff spot. So at this point, the Red Sox are getting ready for October, and that's what the Yankees should be doing, by the way. And the Yankees are, as far as we know, are inch away of losing. The home, they are one game back of the Oakland Athletics, and the Oakland Athletics have creep on the Yankees and keep creeping and creeping. And honestly, the A's are a better team than the Yankees. They have a strong bullpen. Their offense is productive. They can run They have They play a lot of small ball, which the Yankees don't. The Yankees don't play a lot of small ball. And picking up AJ McCutchen doesn't really do nothing but replace Aaron Judge until he returns. But as far as the Yankees too, they gotta figure out this Gary Sanchez. They gotta sooner or later they gotta figure out what they're gonna do. They've got to figure it out, because otherwise I don't like what I'm seeing from Gary Sanchez. I don't like it, not one bit. And I don't like what I see from this Yankees team. This Yankees team has really got to play much better baseball than that. Really much baseball. Now with the Mets, you know, they're playing for the player. I left with this program saying this, and I'm gonna say it now. Just give me a reason to go to the games. Because at this point, there's no. Honestly, you won't be a lot of empty seats. And whether you're supposed to go or not, I think this is the best. If you're a man, I think this is the best time to go to a ball game. Honestly, it's going to be a lot of empty seats. Until David Wright plays his final game. I know, to play his final game. And speaking of David Wright, is he retired? Because I got confused. I have to admit, I got confused. He was on AAA for 2 months, correct? And we all thought, he was making progress. But we come to find out he's not getting any better. So what do? You send him to the big leagues to say, this is going to be his final game as a Met? Are you serious? Is he retiring? Because I didn't hear not one thing that say, David Wright is retiring. I didn't hear not one thing that I say, David Wright is retiring. Is he? I don't know. But typical Mets, they don't tell you they don't tell you what's going on with their fan base. They don't tell you nothing, but they expect you to be, expect you to tell you, but they don't tell you anything. What is going on and so forth. And on that note, that's going to do it for this edition of Drew Mania Live. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to listen to this episode again, please go to Spreaker.com and Drew Mania or Drew Mania Live, or type in Android. And please follow my show on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. Until then, this is Andrew Perry, always saying to you, Shalom, let peace go with you. I'll talk to you in the next Drew Mania Live. So long, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and please